Nagbabalik po muli ang inyong lingkod at nagbabalita ng mga balitang dapat nating malaman dito sa ating bansa. Ito ang Balitang Pambansa. Atin ngang matutunghayan sa channel na ito kung ano ang nangyayari sa loob ng ating gobyerno at syempre tumutulong na rin sa ating mga mamamayan na malaman ang katotohanan dahil mayroon tayong karapatan na malaman ang tunay na nangyayari sa ating bansa. Ngunit bago natin panoorin ang balita, huwag niyo pong kakalimutan na mag-subscribe sa ating channel at pindutin ang notification bell para lagi kang maging updated sa ating mga bagong videos na ina-upload araw-araw. At sa ating mga solid viewers naman dyan ay maraming salamat naman po sa walang sawang pagsuporta. At syempre, huwag din pong kakalimutan mag-iwan ng like at i-share ang ating mga videos. At kung mayroon ka naman pang opinion, ang ating comment section ay bukas para sa inyong mga hinaing. Ito na nga mga kaibigan, ating panoorin ang buong video. Salamat po muli and God bless!
Yung court o judge, kinakailangan Pilipino. Hindi naman sakop noon yung Interpol, yung ICC. Bakit naging warrant rin sa Pilipinas yun?
I will defer the answering to that question to the DOJ, ma'am, because I was with the DOJ during the time, and it was the DOJ...
Hindi, nandun si Prosecutor Fadulyon Ikaw naman bumasa ng Miranda rights, hindi man lang yung prosecutor. Tinikoberan mo na yung papel ng DOJ, kaya sumagot ka ngayon.
Ma'am, we're talking situation in the tube.
Hindi, sinabi mo kasi, ang liwaliwanag, sinabi mo, hindi naman kailangan ng warrant eh.
It's a different matter, ma'am. Altogether different matter.
Bakit? Ilang warrant ba yan?
One warrant, but different. That question on the interview is a different situation, ma'am.
So, kailan mo pinakita yung warrant? Yung sinasabi mo electronic copy?
The first time, ma'am, it is not
At kanino?
me. It was not me who showed the warrant. It was Yusek Nikiti together with PG Fadulyon, together with me there in the tube of the plane. The former president is still there inside the plane. It was given to retired General Monte Agudo, who is with the party. And because during the time, E.S. Mijaldea and the wife and Attorney Delgra had already went back inside the plane and told us, hindi kami lalabas kung wala kayong maipakitang warrant.
Kaya nga, so, when was the accused finally shown the warrant of arrest? Di ba dapat as soon as practicable ang sinasabi? Kailan mo pinakita mismo kay former president?
I believe, ma'am, the electronic copy is already acceptable now in the rules of court.
Yun na nga, pero pinakita mo ba kay Presidente Duterte?
It was not me who they invited inside the plane. It was the PCTC through General Alcantara, whom they invited inside the plane, showing to them and explaining to them the warrant.
Ganun ba? Napaliwanag ba ninyo, Executive Director Alcantara? Kasi parang ang bilis-bilis lang naman ninyo dun sa eroplano. Ang nakita naming final warrant, 15 pages po. Ganun lang kabilis na nabasa
tama po yung
agad?
15 pages po, pero i-present po namin kay President Duterte na nasa 250.
Nabasa niya lahat, 15 pages? Ang bilis-bilis lang lumabas eh.
Hindi po niya nabasa yun.
Hindi niya nabasa?
Oo, hindi niya.
So, bakit
doon po namin present sa kanya.
Kaya nga, pero ba't hindi niyo pinagbigyan na basahin? Kasi karapatan talaga ng akusado at ng arestado yan, di ba?
At that point in time, ang may kopya po ng warrant ay si General Alex Monteagudo. Nagbabapiring po sa telepono niya. Matagal pong mabuo dahil...
Siyempre, nasa airport. Tapos nasa loob ng aeroplano. So, madaling sabi...
Kaya nga po nag-print kami ng hard copy. So, pagdating po sa 250, doon na binigay sa kanila yung warrant.
Madam Chair, just on the warrant.
Yes, Senator Cayetano, please go ahead.
Just one insight on the warrant. And just to bolster my point kanina na bakit mas maganda na or bakit essential for me my local court, no? If you look at paragraph 12, before you look at it, Can anyone in the room here tell me, I know the former president was accused of extrajudicial killing, of crimes against humanity. Pag sinabi yung torture, pwede kasing bago mo patayin, di ba? Pwedeng emotional torture, pwede mong gulpihin torture. So, included na yan. But does anyone here, can anyone tell me here that during his 6 years and before that, he was accused of ordering or himself raping people? Diba? I do remember malaking issue about his statements about a missionary who was raped, and inexplain niya yon na frustrated, galit siya. But is anyone here accusing the former president of raping or ordering the rape? Parang wala naman, di ba? Okay. If you look at, dahil walang, just for the record, Madam Chair, dahil wala naman nagtaas ng kamay or nagsabi, paragraph 12, the chamber notes that the prosecution alleges, let me say it again. The chamber notes that the prosecution alleges that some acts amounting to crimes against humanity of torture and rape under Article 7, subparagraphs 1 ba yan, F, 71, G of the statute were committed as a widespread and systematic attack against the civilian population. Ulitin ko the chamber notes that the prosecution alleges. So the prosecution in the ICC alleges that some acts amounting to crimes against humanity of torture and rape were committed as part of a widespread and systematic attack. For me, it's the first time I read that someone was accusing the president, the former government. But if you look at the last page of the warrant, or second to the last page, page 14, no? Issues a warrant of arrest. So, for these reasons, the chamber hereby issues a warrant of arrest for Rodrigo Roa Duterte, born on 28 March 1945, for his alleged criminal responsibility pursuant to Article 25, Paragraph 3, Paragraph A of Statute for the Crime Against Humanity of Murder, pursuant to Article 7(1)A, wala yung G na rape, committed in the Republic of Philippines during the relevant period as set forth in this warrant of arrest. So I just want to make this point, Madam Chair. So kung sa akin nangyari to, pupunta ako sa Philippine court at sasabihin ko sa Philippine court, sir, makita mo naman, sa Marites at Chismis kinuha ng prosecutor ng ICC. Padadala mo ako doon, pinakamaikse, 4 to 6 years yung hearing, deprived of liberty. Eh yung prosecutor mismo nag-allege ng rape. The harshest critics of President Duterte accuse him of being insensitive to women, saying misogynist, masama yung ano, etc. And I won't defend him there. It's on the record, di ba? And also accused him of being insensitive to a foreign national who was a missionary here who was raped. But I haven't heard na inaccuse siya ng rape or ordering rape. Ang alam ko nga, galit na galit siya pag ministreat yung mga kababaihan. So, dun pa lang, questioning ko to before a Philippine judge. Kasi, kawawa naman ako pag nandun. So that's my point. So, the second point I just want to make kay SOJ is, I personally will respect its sub judice because this case in the Supreme Court is so important. But just for the record, it's nag-rule na rin, kung hindi ako nagkakamali, nag-rule din ang Supreme Court dyan na we cannot stop the hearing or we can continue kahit na sub judice. But he's not asking naman to stop the hearing. He's just saying, can we be sensitive to that? Because they're going to have to put their position on paper and present it before the Supreme Court. So, mamaya, Madam Chair, more factual na lang yung mga tanong ko rather than issues para yung facts naman, SOJ is not naman under dispute, di ba? And will help us pa nga sa doon. But this is just an example. And I just read this morning, pero nagulat lang ako doon na yung prosecutor pala may ganun allegation, no? Oo.
Kaya nga nagkagulantaan. Palibasa, nakita natin yung warrant much later. Did any one of you, General Marbil, General Torre, meron ba kayong hawak na ICC warrant of arrest at the time of his arrest? Parang electronic copy lang, tapos pinakopya muna, tapos binigay na pagdating doon. Bakit ganun? Samantalang March 10 pa lang nagmo-mobilize na ng libu-libong pulis. Pagkatapos alam na natin na magkakaganito dahil nabalitaan na nga sa Hong Kong. Kung ganun, bakit walang warrant doon sa mismong pag-aresto? Electronic copy lamang at nagpa-imprenta pa. Ba't nagkaganon?
May I differ on the wisdom of the SOJ to explain on the legality of the electronic copy of the warrant, ma'am?
Hindi naman tinatanong yung legality. Okay lang yun. Ang tinatanong ko, bakit parang unprepared kayo samantalang prepared na si General Marbil?
Madam Chair, I just want to make clear na ang trabaho po ng police is really to assist po yung PCTC natin. Yun po yung and what we have is tama po yung sinasabing order ng diffusion. So ito po yung nangyari. We rely po dun sa PCTC, dun sa lahat ng mga documents that they did na gagamitin po dun sa effect ng arrest. Ito po yung ginawa po ng again, uulitin ko.
Dapat yung PCTC nagdala ng warrant. Ba't nga ba kayo walang warrant?
It was stated ipapadala po through diplomatic channels Naka-state po yun
So, dapat diplomatic channel. Nangyari ba yon? Kung diplomatic channel yung DFA, ano ba nangyari sa warrant na yan? Sa dinami-dami ng handa ninyo, sa libo-libong pulis at sundalo na kinalampag, wala bang nag-isip na kinakailangan dalhin yung warrant?
Your Honor, if I may, wala po kaming information o wala kaming natanggap at all.
Kayo naman sa PCTC, wala rin kayong natanggap?
We requested for a copy of the warrant and we got it the next day. Opo.
The next day being?
The warrant that came from the
Kaya nga, what
the
day
system.
na?
The next day is 12 po.
So, hindi rin ninyo na ipakita kay Presidente Duterte? Bale tama si General Torre na warrantless arresto.
Pinakita po namin yung hard copy sa 250 pero sa lawyers po natin pinigay.
Madam Chair, can I clarify?
Kasi ang sinasabi din na redacted copy lang ang binigay, hindi rin kumpleto, kaya hindi nila mabuo. At yun nga, nagkagulatan, bakit meron pa?
Can I clarify that, sir? It was a sealed warrant, correct? Hindi.
Hindi po. Electronic yung nakuha po na...
No. Ano ang pinadala ng ICC? Kasi parang sa ibang news report, sabi sealed. Pag sealed kasi, hindi dadaan ng DFA yon. So yun nga ang question.
What was sealed, sir, was the warrant of arrest was sealed before March 11.
Yes. Tapos kanino, sir, pinadala? Sino magbubukas nun pag sealed?
When they demanded a copy of the warrant, we relied on our fail-safe mechanism. We have a fail-safe mechanism to make sure that the documents are secure in our possession. So it's the DOJ that produced the warrant.
Hindi sa may bias ako sa DFA, but I've worked with these people. Kasi pag sealed, may option na hindi padaanin sa kanila. At kahit pinadaan sa kanila, I don't think they have the authority to open it. Diba?
Yes, but we had to use our fail-safe because the PCTC could not produce the warrant, so we had to use our fail-safe.
But once naman it's opened by the proper authority who's allowed to open it, diba, to unseal it, then syempre Philippine law na. Ipapakita mo talaga dun sa na.
Yes, we showed it to the president and to his lawyers.
Teka, mapapaliwanag lang ako. Tell me candidly, at the time you apprehended PRRD, nung inaresto si former president, yung ICC warrant, nasa inyo na ba, General Torre? Yung totoo. Kasi you're under oath, alalahanin.
Yes, ma'am. It is with us.
It was already with you.
Yes,
Electronic.
Ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Electronic. Wala
Yes,
kayong
ma'am.
official copy?
Electronic
walang
copy, ma'am,
hard
given
copy?
electronic copy given to me by Yusek Nikiti of the DOJ, ma'am.
Sa DOJ. Sa inyo, kasi parang nagtuturoan kayo, sabi ninyo, na dapat yung PCTC ang nagbigay. Pero wala kayong binigay. Sabi ninyo, dapat DFA. Nalilito po ako.
Hindi po. Hindi po nagtuturoan. We had the copy of the warrant, not electronic copy of...
Dinami-dami
Yusek
nang
P.
nag-aresto kay Presidente, walang nag-isip na kinakailangan bigyan ng kopya na hard copy, opisyal, at talagang...
binigyan po namin sa...
Saan? Saan at
250 po,
kailan?
binigyan po namin. Nung ma-print na po yung hard copy...
Saan yun?
Sa 250 po.
Sa Villamor?
Meron.
Ano yung 250 po?
Sa Villamor po, Binigyan po siya ng kopya, hard copy po.
So nandun, anong oras?
About shortly before 12 po. Around 12, around noon at that time po.
Noon. Noon time? Naibigay ng noon time?
Opo.
Pero anong oras ba hiningi? Di ba napakaaga pa noon?
Humihingi po sila from the tube. Starting from the tube, humihingi na po
Anong
sila.
oras yun nung hiningi
When they
sila?
arrive po, it's about 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock.
Or,
So 2 oras makalipas bago ninyo naibigay?
Ma'am, just to be clear.
Yes.
Just to be clear. General Torre, maybe you can explain the process of serving the electronic copy, which constitutes a legal form of serving the warrant. Yes, ma'am. After they disembarked, as I have learned from General Torre, they asked that it be postponed, that they be brought first to, ano ba nangyari doon, General, pagkatapos doon?
They only disembarked when the electronic copy was produced and given to them. So, kaya sila lumabas. And when they step out of the plane, at the junction of the moving part of the tube, PG Fadulion met them and attempted to read the rights to President Duterte. And all of them said, pwede ba mamaya na yan at pa-diffuse muna natin ang tension. Doon na lang sa 250th Airlift Wing. So we acceded to that request. We arrived at the 250th Airlift Wing. They were given refreshments. They were allowed to refresh. They were allowed to, para generally pababain lang ang tension ng lahat. And then we, after an hour or two, we returned, and that was the video that you saw when I was reading the rights in the cell phone, which basically it's memorized already. So just a formality. And then they asked, at that juncture, they asked for the written, they want a printed copy. So I went out of the room, stepped out of the room, printed it, and gave it to them.
Okay, yung printed copy, may allegation na redacted copy daw to. Hindi daw kumpleto, hindi daw buo. Parang simplified lang or pinaiklian. Tama ba? O buong-buo?
Buo-buo yun, ma'am. It was
Ilang pahina?
15 pages.
Yung 15 pages na kumakalat ngayon,
Yes,
yun na
ma'am.
yun?
Yes,
So yun
ma'am.
din ang naibigay doon sa Villamor?
Yes, ma'am. That was properly received by Attorney Delgra in a signed
So Attorney
receiving copy.
Delgra.
Yes, ma'am.
Pero nakita ko sa ating video na iba ang pangyayari tungkol sa abogado. Pwede bang panoorin natin?
Kayo, kanina pa eh. Hindi naman lahat, ilan ang hinuli ngayong araw na to, sir? Sa iba-ibang mga krimen. Ilan ang binigyan ng ganitong...
Kasi nandito kayo lahat eh. Nag-iisang tao.
Ilan ang binigyan ng ganitong...
Nag-iisang tao, dami krimen sa labas.
Presidential law kayo namin.
Sir, hindi ko hiningi ng pabor. Just invoke Article 59. Bakit hindi yan magawa-gawa? That's precisely the point that I'm saying. That's precisely the point.
Please lang, bawal hawakan. Bawal hawakan! Bawal hawakan. Tumayo ko na lang. Bawal
The right to
hawakan.
counsel is something that has to be observed and
Huwag
respected.
kayong umawak. Kaya na kayong pakialam sa huwag yan.
Kasi nga,
Huwag mo ano yung lawyer. Bawal.
Huwag na tayo
Nag-uusap pa kami.
Huwag mo hawakan yung lawyer. Huwag mo hawakan.
Nag-uusap pa kami.
Hawakan. Huwag mo hawakan. Huwag ba?
Nag-uusap pa kami.
Attorney, please,
Huwag mo hawakan.
is this what you want? Is this what you want, Mr. President?
Huwag mo hawakan. Time lang eh.
Kayo mga
Huwag mo hawakan yung nanay ko! Ang ina mo!
Hindi, sandali. Kayo mga sundalo, tanungin ko kayo, anong kasalanan ko?
Okay, dito sa video nakikita na si General Torre hinihila yung abogado. Standard procedure po ba ito ng PNP? Bakit mo kinakaladkad yung abogado? Hindi ba karapatan ng isang akusado, arestado na magkaroon ng abogado? Bakit ayaw ninyong palapitin yung abogado?
Gabi na ho yun, ma'am. That's already the time that I'm forcing everyone to board the plane. I'm already forcing the former president to board the plane, ma'am. Tapos na yung napakarami ng optics sa kanilang ginawa dyan, ma'am. And
Interesting use po of force. You were forcing them.
Yes,
so you
ma'am.
admit you forced them. You
I
used
have
violence.
to. I have to because they won't go with us voluntarily, ma'am. So I have tried all the lahat ng pakiusap ay ginawa na
General
namin
naman,
buong
sa
araw.
dinami-dami ng pulis, ang tanda-tanda na, may sakit pa. Sa palagay mo, masisindak pa yun o kaya bang lumaban nun?
In fairness to the President, ma'am, after I handcuffed E.S. Mijaldea and told Attorney Delgado that he's the next one to be handcuffed and boarded on the bus, the former President actually acceded and said, sige na, alis na tayo. And you saw that on video.
Well,
It was
nakita namin,
Romy.
di ba, hinihila mo yung upuan. Hindi ba dapat, talagang General Torre, kailangan makinig ka doon sa sinasabi ng abogado? Di ba karapatan nun?
I have already arrested, I even arrested E.S. Mijaldea, ma'am, for obstruction of justice and placed handcuffs on him. That was already the last parts because masyado ng gabi, aabutin na kami ng umaga din, ma'am. It's
Ilang
already
oras na?
unreasonable.
2 oras pa lang. Ikalalanding lang ng Hong Kong ng alas 10, alas
12 hours.
12 pa lang to.
12 hours, ma'am.
Kaya nga, anong oras to? Kasi
Mga
sabi
7
mo
o'clock na-
kanina, 10 o'clock.
Mga 8 o'clock yan, ma'am. Yung kay Delgra.
O, anong oras na
Mga
yun?
8 o'clock yan, ma'am.
Sa umaga na yan? Gabi?
7 o'clock, 8 o'clock ng gabi na yan, ma'am.
8
Si
a.m.
Delgra.
Ay, 8 p.m.
Yes, ma'am.
Gano'ng katagal na yon?
10 hours, ma'am. 9 hours.
Naka 9 to 10 hours na. So, sa palagay mo, si former president had sufficient chance to challenge na the validity of the arrest. So, sinasabi ninyo na 9 to 10 hours na yan. Kasi nakuha niya yung warrant nung alas 12 mahigit, hating gabi lampas, ano? Tapos,
Tanghali, ma'am. Tanghali, ma'am. Niya nakuha ang
okay,
warrant.
tapos, tumagal pa sila ng ilang oras.
11 hours.
Ng 11 hours, sinasabi po ninyo.
Yes, ma'am. They attended to serve the warrant when they disembarked. They asked that it be deferred until they reached 250. Upon reaching 250, they asked for some refreshments and they cooled down. Upon being more calm and after conferring with their lawyers, the warrant of arrest was served in toto, in full, and their rights were read.
So sa tingin ninyo, itong 9 to 10 hours sapat na para sa isang pangkaraniwan tao na makakuha ng sariling abogado, tapos i-check yung kanyang warrant, pagkatapos mag-draft, mag-file ng maayos na petisyon ng habeas corpus. Ganun ba yun?
Ma'am, you must, I think the record showed that there were 3 lawyers with him in conference with him during the entire time. Attorney Delgra.
Paano makakapag-file yun? Gabing-gabi na, hindi naman court hours.
They had filed a case of a TRO with the Supreme Court. They tried their legal remedy. It was duly recorded and there was no TRO given by the court, ma'am. So, ma'am, just to be clear, they had their chance to seek legal remedy as shown by the actions of their lawyers by approaching the Supreme Court. So there was no due process denied, ma'am.
Siguro sasabihin ko at tatanungin ko kay Attorney Medina, ang ating constitutionalist po rito, masasabi ba natin na nabigyan si PRRD ng sapat na pagkakataon para alamin itong validity ng kanyang, yung katotohanan ng kanyang pag-aaresto? Ilang oras ba yung sinasabi natin na sufficient time, yung sapat na panahon?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Just to clarify, I will just be consistent with the opinion that I posted that there was no reasonable opportunity. That is not to denigrate or cast aspersion on the character or competence of our officials. And also, I have very limited facts when I wrote the opinion. But just as a comparison, if you filed an extrajudicial proceeding, if you will file a petition, the court will order the arrest. The subject of the arrest will have the opportunity to answer, and then the court will have the opportunity also present evidence. The court will have the opportunity to weigh the evidence, and then issue the ruling. For example, in the case of Mark Jimenez, he had more or less over a year to dispute his extradition. So if that would be the standard, that that might be considered reasonable opportunity to be heard.
So yung sinasabi nila na nakasyam, 10 oras na nag-iintay, talagang panay pa rin ang tutol, hindi sapat na panahon yun. Kasi magpipila ka pa ng kaso, magdadraft ka pa ng petition, dadalhin mo pa. Hindi po ba? So hindi pa rin sapat kahit sabihin natin matagal sila nandun sa airport?
I will just be consistent with what I wrote, Your Honor. My initial view was yes, 6 hours, office hours, or less, 5 hours, to seek relief from the courts may not be characterized as reasonable opportunity to be heard. Of course, that is disputable. That's just my personal opinion with limited facts. I'm sure the officers concerned have good reasons, and that can easily be disputed in court. Thank you.
Yes, para sa amin medyo mabigat nga yung 4-5 oras na bukas ang korte, no? Kasi hindi naman pwede yung hating gabi at hindi naman bukas pa. Talagang alam natin itong mga extradition at kung ano-ano pa, talagang taon-taon yan tumatagal. Hindi oras-oras kahit naiinip na tayo. Kahit sinasabi ni General Torre, nakakapikon na yung optics nila. Kung ano-ano nang ginagawa, kinakailangan pa rin binibigyan natin ng pagkakataon. So sa palagay mo, ilang oras ba dapat? Kasi hindi naman bukas ang korte nun, hindi naman office hours eh. Yes, yeah. Senator Cayetano po.
No, Madam Chair, konting latitude lang from SOJ because kanina we agreed to disagree already, and kaya nga ang appeal ko sa kanya to make rules kung ano ang reasonable time. And since my wife is a mayor and I was speaker and DFA secretary before, I do understand from the enforcement point of view, di ba, sa police, sir. Siyempre, pag may huhulihin, mission-oriented kayo eh. Parang yung military, di ba? Ang mission nyo, ma-arrest, di ba? But that's why nga, meron kang Solgen, meron kang SOJ, meron DILG. So ang viewpoint ng DILG, ng police, ng NBI, halimbawa, hulihin at ma-return yung warrant successfully, di ba? But even si E.S. Miguel Dia, who, remember, he was, you can call it a vacation or a working trip in Hong Kong, na rally, sinamahan lang, didn't expect a 20-hour flight, didn't expect to do all of this. And he only saw the president, former president, an hour before he appeared before ICC, and hindi naman niya alam yung rules ng ICC, etc. So ito ang sinabi niya, di ba? 2 days ago, the world has witnessed the degrading fashion in which a former president of a sovereign country was bundled into a private aircraft and summarily deported to The Hague. To ask lawyers, this would be called an extrajudicial rendition. To the less inclined, it was pure and simple kidnapping. My client was denied all access to the legal recourse in the country of citizenship, and this all in the nature of political score setting. So I won't read the score setting, etc. Alam naman natin lahat. But just to go down, ito, sabi niya. So 1, 2, 3, 4. On the 5th paragraph, I have not been able to explain to him what the prosecution requested when seeking the issuance of arrest warrant. This is because the chamber only established a redacted version of the prosecution last night. Other than to identify myself, my client is not able to contribute anything to this hearing. I cannot speak for former E.S. Miguel Dia. Ang impression lang, at least sa internet at sa amin, I talked to him. He's the only one I talked to. I haven't talked to the Vice President since 2018 or 2019. I saw President Duterte, parang 2022 pa, I'm not sure, no? But ang point ko, tama-tama nung may kinakamusta ako dun sa Netherlands, katabi niya si ES, ang sinabi lang niya sa akin at that time, wala sa ospital, pinangako sa amin dalhin sa ospital, pumunta kami dito sa center, detention, wala daw Rodrigo Duterte or President Rodrigo Duterte. 30 minutes later naman, after talking to him, it was on the news, so that's all public record. So I haven't talked to him, so I don't know kung ano yung stand niya. But I did hear SILG say that nakatape naman lahat to. So I'm not going to ask you to produce it now dahil may court dates pa kayo, but at the right time, just for the committee's accuracy and to be precise in our findings. Yun nga, if there are parts na ibigay nyo where sinasabi at pinapakita yung warrant, ano yung warrant, or a copy of what he showed. I'm just saying that we will go back and forth kasi consistent
Sir,
naman kanina pa. Yes,
We
ma'am.
have a picture here, if we can show
Okay.
you. But maybe General Torre can approach
Yeah.
and show you
No,
the picture.
sa committee or after, or if you want to show. Point ko lang, factually, consistent naman kayo kanina pa na pinakita, hindi doon sa 250, di ba? We're just going back and forth. So I just wanted to escape that. And then I don't know what their lawyers are saying na hindi pinakita. Okay, so, but thank you for that, SLG. So, yung last point ko nga kay Attorney Alexis, in the form of a few questions. Sir, does the quality of your petition to the court matter? In
Your
terms
Honor,
of due process and satisfying reasonable manner that the accused was given the opportunity to seek legal remedies.
You mean to say, Your Honor, you think of due process, the petitioner should have enough time to come up with a quality petition?
Well, quality lawyers, because if I'm consulting an immigration lawyer for a criminal, I don't know the practice of E.S. Miguel Dia. Well, at the last 6 years, I do know that he was E.S. In his younger years, he was my dad's partner before nag-iba-ibang law office. Parang hindi ko alam kung litigation or labor eh. So ang point ko lang, di ba, the quality of the petition you file is also part of due process, meaning having enough time with your lawyer, being able to choose kung sinong lawyer, the combination of your lawyers, whether saying, sir, pang RTC to, sir, pang Supreme Court. I read marami sa internet na bakit hindi ununa yung writ of habeas corpus, application for the writ of habeas corpus versus the TRO. The explanation, sorry guys, talagang sa Facebook at sa news, but sa news, doon ko rin nabasa, so I'm not saying it's true. Maraming fake news in all sides, but I'm just telling you honestly where I got my news. At sinasabi nga na si attorney, how do you pronounce it? Torion? No, the one who filed sa TRO, yung Torion, di ba? Sinasabi kasi nga, si Attorney Torion somehow worked on it na nung may balita pa lang sa Hong Kong. Kaya yun yung final. I don't know if it's true or not, but my point is, I see from the enforcement side, binigyan nyo ng 10 hours, 12 hours, but from the accused side, enough time to pick my lawyers, to give the facts, to look at the warrant, to look, kasi ako lang, 2 days na ako nag-aaral sa hearing na to, hirap pa eh. So if I'm not a practicing lawyer in the sense na nagli-litigate, di ba? But I don't think I'll be able to put a really good petition to the Supreme Court or to the RTC in 2 days. Di ba? So to say may 12 hours na. So my question was really, hindi ba part ng due process then yung reasonable opportunity to the best defense available to you?
If I may, Senator, there are actually no clear constitutional or jurisprudential standards on the quality of legal service as an aspect of due process. But it's arguable that the quality, the opportunity to get quality legal service, the opportunity to get to submit a quality legal work should be should be also part of the guarantee of reasonable opportunity to be heard of due process. So personally, I would agree, but unfortunately, it's still something that should be argued po. Maraming salamat.
Sige. I just wanted to make the point na for me, yung part ng due process doon is yung best defense available sa kanya is made available precisely. Because if you will dictate to me ano defense ko, problema yon, di ba? So, kung titignan mo sa Hague, so hindi nila pwede pang question dun sa unang hearing, let me just call it unang hearing, yung jurisdiction, yung pagpunta doon, and then September pa. Dito, unless you're caught in flagrante delicto and unless i-inquest ka, a number of days ang ibibigay ng fiscal, tapos sasagutin ng abogado mo. So mahaba pang proseso bago ka, and that's for simple cases, for theft, etc. Lalo pagka for murder. And even sa inquest, may time na binibigay na papakawalan mo. So I just wanted to make that point na ibang-iba. And just an observation, Madam Chair, dito po sa information on the surrender and transfer, nakalagay kasi dito, number 14, the ICC representative informed Mr. Duterte the next step that would be followed, that he's going to be transferred to the ICC detention center by the Dutch authorities. He was informed that he was being arrested in the implementation of ICC warrant for arrest, that he was informed he will be checked by medical professionals. He was informed he has the right to receive family visits. He was informed that his first appearance will take place soon. He was informed he would be taken to a hospital. He was informed he would receive a folder at the detention center with his rights and information on the next procedural step. No? And then si E.S. Miguel Dia, ang sinabi niya, what did he say about sinabi niya the next day pa or... Hindi, may sinabi siya after the hearing, di ba? Wala para yung charges. Oo, na basically na hindi pa nila alam yung charges. So again, tama si SOJ na iba sistema nila. For all we know, they were following their system. But that's my point. Yeah. Iba sistema nila sa atin. And we subjected not only an ordinary Filipino citizen, but a former president to that. So parang on trial din tayo doon. So, I'll defer back to you, Madam Chair, but later I have some questions on fact.
Yes, sa news footage, naipakita rin na si former president was checked by medical doctors. Kaya lang, ang sabi, hindi naman doktor ni presidente yon. Is it not under the PNP standard operating procedures na yung arestado may karapatan humingi ng doktor ng kanilang sariling doktor, yung independent and competent doctor of their own choice, ang sabi sa inyong standard operation procedure noong 2012, di ba itong kinikilala ng kapulisan natin?
Ma'am, he has doctors who came over, and I believe they are from Cardinal Santos. We offered also the services of the PNP doctors, and we also offered the services of the post-hospital doctors there on the Philippine Air Force.
Hindi, pero ang mahalaga, yung doktor na talagang doktor niya.
Yes, ma'am. They came from the Cardinal Santos. Is their doctors. What they are actually asking, they even asked for ECG, and the ECG came. That was very, very different from the ordinary Filipinos. And they're asking for, I think, executive checkup. That's one thing that we did not accede to.
Ang sinasabi
Madam Chair,
ninyo,
if I may.
Po? Yes, Senator Jinggoy. So, walang katotohanan doon sa sinasabi na hindi ninyo pinagbigyan yung sarili niyang doktor?
No, ma'am. Not true, ma'am.
Okay.
They requested a doctor. The doctors arrived. He was given an ECG. Subsequently, they asked Ms. Hanilet, the common law partner of the former president, for a list of his prescribed medicines. She declined. We asked a rundown of his pre-existing medical conditions. She declined. We asked what allergies he had. She declined. We asked that she board the flight with him going to The Hague. She declined. So all those rights accorded to him were given, and the doctor was given, and we tried to extract as much information as possible, but they all declined.
Okay, Senator Jinggoy, I believe that Secretary John Vic said that these were untrue, that this was all fake news, that in fact his rights were honored, and in fact they provided an ECG which is above and beyond the usual practice. Yes, Senator Estrada, please.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Let it be known that I am not protecting or I am not defending anyone, much less the former president of the Republic of the Philippines, President Duterte, since I am an ally of this administration led by President Bongbong Marcos, and at the same time a friend of Vice President Inday Sara Duterte. Now, since you've been asking questions addressed to General Torre. May I ask General Torre, how did you think did you handle the arrest of former President Duterte properly?
Yes, sir. I do, sir. It's proper.
It was proper. But when I saw the video, it was really, for me as a citizen of this country, it was really unbelievable. It was a very, very big disappointment. Because I can relate, General. Because when we were arrested way back 2001, together with my father, the same thing happened. All right, we were in the wee hours of the morning. We were the policemen barged in our hospital room at the Veterans Memorial Hospital. They were arresting us. They wanted us to be transferred to another detention cell because after the May 1 siege, at ano sabi ng mga police? Kalad ka rin na yan mga yan pag ayaw sumama. At the same time, when I saw the video, parang nag-flashback sa akin yung ginawa ng mga kapulisan ng araw sa amin. At ang sabi mo, hihilahin ko yan, hihilahin ko yan. Is that what you said, General Torre?
Sir, it's already all optics and tactics already because it's already.
No, I am asking you. Did you say that? Hihilahin ko, hihilahin ko.
Yes, sir. And I actually made good of it, sir.
No. What prompted you to say that?
Sir, I made good of it, sir. Sabi ko, sir, hihilain ko yan. And I went back to AS Medialdea, handcuff him.
Bakit mo nga sinasabi? You know, your statements based on the video may reflect the PNP as an institution. Baka sabihin lahat ng ating mga kababayan, ganyan pala yung mga pulis. Masyadong wala man lang respeto sa matanda, sa isang dating pangulo. Ganon din ang ginawa sa amin eh. Can you justify why you